So I'm using this hotel's pencil for this video. Reason being, I forgot my pencils at my parents' place, so I'm gonna be using this pencil. I also forgot my eraser, by the way, so I'm gonna be using the eraser right behind this pencil for this video. Okay, make sure your pencil is well sharp before you get started. All right, so now I'm gonna show you 4 shading techniques I always use when I'm sketching something and how I incorporate those for shading techniques when it comes to pencil sketching in my sketch painting or sketch art or whatever you want to call it. So the first one is really simple. It's just that you play with the pressure you put onto the paper with your pencil. And also while I do so, I make sure my pencil is close, really close to the paper. This way, I'm not really using the tip of the pencil. I'm really just using the side part of the pencil, if that makes any sense. And the next technique is where I actually start by sketching really dark pencil shade and then really light pencil shade. And then I blend these two together by, doing this circular motion over the edge where these two shades of the pencil are meeting each other. And that's how I blend it. I hope that made sense. The next one is also really easy. It's just I keep my pencil really close to the paper, really close, meaning it's really diagonal. I don't know how to explain it. So that again, we are not painting with the tip of the pencil. We are sketching with the side of the pencil, right? And then we just start shading it again, similar to the first technique where we gradually start to put less pressure onto the paper to get real light color of the pencil, okay? And then in this technique, I usually use my finger to spread the color or to just blend the color or the pencil shade together, and then I erase the part I do not want anymore. The last technique that I use is where I create these lines to create this illusion of shadows. So wherever I want darker shadows, I would create darker lines. Wherever I want lighter shadows, I would create lighter looking lines. And sorry if I was constantly saying painting rather than sketch. It's just I'm so used to digital art lately that I forgot all the terminology. Now I'm starting with the sketch. Now again, because you're sketching, you want to make sure you are doing it with the tip of the pencil rather than the side of the pencil. So that's what I'm doing here. You want to also make sure that it's light. Right now in my sketch, it's not really light. The rough sketch isn't light right now, but it's completely fine. So in the basic sketch, obviously I always make sure that I'm also creating the sketch for the shadow part as well, meaning I would create shape. As you guys can see, I just did it right underneath the eyes. I created that shape because I want to add some shadow to it. Now you can look at the eye I drew at the top right corner, how I have literally created shapes for shadows. Now you can skip that, but I like doing that. So as you guys can see here also, I created that little shape on the white part of the eyes, right? Now I'm starting off with filling in the pupil of the eyes. Again, making sure it's really dark. Now I'm shading the iris with that line technique, and I'm also doing the same for the white part of the eyes. Now, if I want to darken the color or darken the shade of the pencil, I would create darker lines with this pencil right at the top of the eyes. Again, this is not an eye tutorial. This is just me showing you how I incorporate these shading techniques. Now I went ahead and did that again. I added more darker looking lines right at the top of that iris. Now I started drawing eyelashes. Now the key here is to draw the darker parts first, because that is going to guide you throughout your process as to where you want the darker shadows and where you want the lighter shadows. All right, so no matter what you're sketching, make sure you're shading the darker parts first, or filling in the darker parts first. So as you guys can see, I added this shade right underneath the eyes with this line technique, and right after that I started drawing these lower lashes as well. By the way, if you want a tutorial on sketching eyes, eyebrows, eyelashes and all of that, Let me know down in the comment section below, okay? So that's what I did. Again, making sure I am completing most of the darker details before I go ahead with the shades and shadowing techniques and stuff like that, right? Now, here I was just enhancing the eyelid part. And I'm doing that by using that line technique again. And then I made sure that I'm outlining the crease area of the eye as well. Now here I'm using the third technique that I initially showed you guys, where I keep my pencil really close to the paper and start shading it. And I also created a shape for the eyebrows. Now what I'm going to do, just to enhance this shade that I did right underneath the eyebrows, what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be taking a cloth and I'm just going to spread this pencil shade like that. Now it looks really messy, but we're going to clean it up. How? We're just going to go back and add the darker details because this cloth actually smudged it all. So you want to make sure that you're going back and adding the details again. Now at this point the pencil is really sharp because I've been using the side part of the pencil, which is actually making it really easy for me to color the darker parts of this sketch, right? So that's how it looks. It looks really good. Now I started drawing the eyebrows, and its eyebrows is really simple. I did not do anything fancy for the eyebrows. It's just different tutorial topic for a whole another tutorial. But yeah, I created the eyebrows and I am almost done with this sketch. There's nothing left to do. You can just go back and make sure that you are adding darker details if they are not looking dark enough. But yeah, I was happy. I added this little shade right in the front of the eyes and then dabbed it with the eraser just to blend it. That's another technique I'm going to talk about in some other tutorial. But yeah, that's how you incorporate these really simple shading techniques in your pencil sketches. Really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope you guys taking something out of this video. I will see you guys in my next video.